what we're dealing with. This is what we have going on in Sierra Leone at this particular point in time. So this letter that you guys are seeing, for some of you guys that are not on social media, I want you to see this. Until Cashbox is going to join me. Hopefully, Comrade Kota will join me. But I just get it. But anyways, guys, welcome everybody. Welcome. Guys, let's go ahead. Share. Everybody, share. Guys, we have to share this information. I'm telling you guys, there's so many Sierra Leoneans out there that have not had access to information. We make today, we get Marabio as president, and we see what is happening at Wikonski. We see the shame, we see the disgrace, and it's pathetic that we have somebody that did not work for 20-something years, stayed idle in London, but because of tribalism and nepotism, this man, is I'm having technical issues with People's Power there. People's Power, there's something on your phone. If you can hear me, there's something on your phone that you need to fix to unmute yourself. Otherwise, I mean, yesterday Cashbox came on live. It is the same, link that I gave you is the same link Cashbox is using. So there is something wrong on your end, People's Power. I just wish I could see your phone so I could fix it for you. But I don't know what to do. There's something wrong. You're muted the whole time. There's something seriously wrong. And you'd have to fix that, People's Power. I wish I can see your phone, but I cannot see your phone. But you're not muted. I don't check all the systems. Again, like I said, same thing with Cashbox yesterday. Guys, sorry about that. But hopefully People's Power is going to fix his end. Because I know they, there the whole time and is not able to contribute to the conversation. People's Power, can you hear me? I don't know, Sam. Okay, guys, but let me. So what's you want to see now, guys? You know why I'm showing you those things? I want you guys to see this. I'm going to put up the Constitution in front of you guys because I want you guys to see this, and I want everybody to understand that Sierra Leone is going down a slippery slope at this particular point in time. I want all of you guys to understand that, because when people's right to free speech, as prescribed by the Constitution, Section 26. Kashi, can you hear me? Cashbox, say something. Okay, guys, bear with me. We can't touch on very sensitive topic there. That's the People's Power, and Cashbox instead go try for join me. People's Power, can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah, live and direct, loud and clear.
Beautiful.
Loud and clear.
Thank you. So I'm going to hang on for Cashbox again to join me. But People's Power, I was just giving an intro into what we're going to talk about. Two things. The prices where they're hiking at the country. But Sierra Leoneans, the thing is this, right? We want you guys to understand this. What is happening in Sierra Leone today, everything I've been saying, everything, we've been saying, it's just revelations now coming to pass, right? Everything we've seen, we saw the recklessness of this SLPP government. We knew that these guys were up to no good, and that is what we're seeing today. It's a shame, it's a disgrace with what is happening in our country at this particular point in time, and that is why what is happening, it is a disgrace. But again, like I said, I have Cashbox now. I would try to get a hold of the People's Power there. Perfect. So guys, we're all on screen. People's Power, you're on screen. Cashbox is here. Myself, we're going to talk about what I've put up on the screen there. We're going to do with this imam. Like I said again, hopefully Comrade Kota will join us. But let me read this. Upon your preaching, so of course this is a letter that was addressed to an imam, right? To an imam. It says, upon your preaching last Friday on the 20th August 2021, you politically preached against the ruling SLPP party and have offended the executive members which we are against. which are against the ethics of Islam and your position as imam. All right. The matter is currently, guys, bear with me because it's a small print on my screen here. The matter is currently under investigation. Let me make this a little bigger. The matter is currently under investigation. Therefore, on behalf of Islam and Muslims in and around this community, you are indefinitely suspended from being an imam of the above masjid, followed by a stoppage of all imamship activities in any of the mosques within Imperi Chiefdom from today, 22nd August, until further notice. Then copy Imperi Chiefdom Imam, this SLPP Chairman, Imperi Chiefdom, the Town Chief, Mogwemo, Masjid Takwa, Masjid Salam, Masjid Rahman. Guys, why am I showing you this letter? It has gotten so bad in our country to this point where even Islamic leaders there now, religious leaders, them are being attacked for their rights to free speech. Guys, before I bring in, like I say again, of course, I have, Cashbox and People's Power with me. Let me show you guys the Constitution because I want you guys to see these things. I want to show you guys the Constitution where it makes it very clear. This is the Constitution. Section 24. It makes it very clear. Protection of freedom of conscience. Except with his own consent, no person shall be hindered in the enjoyment of his freedom of conscience. And for the purpose of this section, the said freedom includes freedom of thought and of religion, freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom either alone or in community with others, and both in public and in private, to manifest and propagate his religion or belief in worship, teaching, practice, and observance. Except with his own consent, subsection 2, or if he is a minor, the consent of his parent or guardian. No person attending any place of education shall be required to receive religious instruction or to take part in or attend any religious, ceremony observance if that instruction, ceremony observance relates to a religion other than his own. Below left subsection 2, right? Let us focus on subsection 1. Section 24, subsection 1. Except with his own consent, no person shall be hindered in the enjoyment of his freedom of conscience, and for the purpose of this section, the said freedom includes freedom of thought and of religion. So guys, everything I said to you guys, we have to back it up with what we're saying. So for let you listen to this is a letter, because this man, this imam go to mosque, he preach. Maybe he talks something that way. All religious leaders, they're always involved in politics. We see it all the time. It said, so the letter that was drafted, because guys, unfortunately, we don't have the sermon. Hopefully, this sermon is going to show up at some point, so we'll see exactly what this religious leader said. But they have a right to free speech. Just because they are religious leaders don't mean they don't get right for participating in a democracy. But a democracy has been destroyed so much. And guys, we're taking you guys to, when you look at the TRC, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, we're taking you guys there so you guys can see exactly what we're talking about. When they say we get civil societies, where are they now? Where are the political leaders? The APC leadership? Where is the NGC leadership? The Samura Kamaras now? The Kanda Yumkelas? Where are they? When the fundamental basic rights to free speech, as in the Constitution, Section 25. Where I go put it again for down a scene. Section 25. Look at there. Section 25 says, except with his own consent, no person shall be hindered in the enjoyment of his freedom of expression. Or for the purpose of this section, the same freedom includes the freedom to hold opinions and to receive and impart ideas and information without interference. Freedom from interference with his correspondence. Freedom to own, establish, and operate any medium for the dissemination of information, ideas and opinions, and academic freedom in institutions of learning. Guys, these guys are destroying our democracy. We keep saying these things again, but you guys think we're saying these things because we want to say these things. You guys think we're coming out here to talk about these things because we want to talk about these things. We are protecting a democracy. This is a democracy that we fought for. This is a democracy that people died for. The same SLPP went to the bush, came with the rebel war. Ali Kaba is free today. 30 years ago, they killed our women and children. They raped our women and children. Why? They said they're being oppressed and suppressed. These same guys are in power now. They're doing the same things that they said they went to the bush for. And that is why, again, like I said, one of these days I'm going to bring a brother of mine, Brother Imran. We're going to talk about how SLPP has destroyed Sierra Leone and its democracy. SLPP is the number one reason why we have all the problems that we have in Sierra Leone today. SLPP is the cause. SLPP is the reason why we have everything that we have. When Charles Albert Magai came with the 1965 criminal libel law, the 1965 criminal libel law, which was what Sheikh Stevens took upon himself. Now Sheikh Stevens used that law upon them. When we make the whole run away go Liberia, where a lot of them did Liberia like today. This is how it started. Then they go to Bush because again the law them put Sheikh Stevens use upon them. Will be one party system where Albert Magai say wants one party system. Sierra Leoneans, I want you guys to learn your history, and that is why we do what we do. So when we see stuff like this, and again this is being repetitive, right? But we have to say these things again and again. This is the basic constitutional rights of this imam is being trampled upon. But yet these idiot SLPP supporters are seeing things like this and they are praising it. They're saying it's okay. They say it's okay for let them ban and suspend an old imam. They say upon your preaching last Friday on the 20th August 2021, you politically preached against the ruling SLPP party and have offended the executive members, which are against the ethics of Islam and your position as imam. When is it that this imam no get rights to free speech again? Let me see if the guys are ready here. If Cashbox is ready and People's Power is ready, if you guys are ready, let me bring you guys in. People's Power, are you there? Give me a mic check so I can bring you in. Okay. So Cashbox.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Thank you very much.
All right. Go ahead, People's Power.
And thank you very much, Ibrahim. Thank you very much, Cashbox. And Fumble, good morning. Fumble, good afternoon. Fumble, good evening. As I can always tell when I say, and are there under the courtesy of the National Campaign Unit for Progress, which people they call NCOP for short. And Fumble them and NCOP, an appellate body to the All People's Congress Party and the ASMEG. And Fumble me, now the People's Power. And Ibrahim, this way you talk so, and I get a lot of people the way I talk to. And one Mr. NK Samai talked to me, he said 2017, where the Saudi Arabia government begins scholarship to the people of Sierra Leone. When they shape the scholarship, then this imam not be get 2016. He not be fortunate for get 2016. Now the same imam, now he be there na the mosque, now he be there na the masjid. That same masjid there, now this imam be there na that masjid there. They blast the honest by Koroma administration. They tell them, say, the people of Saudi Arabia, they give the scholarships there to poor people in a salon for let them able to go Hajj. The
People's
government
Power.
then they give the scholarship. Yeah.
Who's imam you to talk about? Which of the imams? Let me know specifically which imam are you talking about? What's that name?
This imam where don't get a query letter now, where they don't get indefinite suspension. Exactly now they talk about.
Beautiful.
I talked to MK Samai. He explained to me exactly this same imam. Now in be there, now the same masjid. They tell the people them say the honest by Koroma government, they make bias to Muslims, and the Saudi Arabia government, they give scholarships to Sierra Leoneans them when not able for afford for go perform the Hajj. Then they take their scholarships there, then they give to the party people, then they give to other people them. This same imam, when they don't and make sure say today they get indefinite suspension. Now the same imam this be the bash as an escoma in government, be the tell an escoma in government say, then they make biasness for give the scholarship to imams them where deserve for get their scholarship there, and then people are where they do so, then on the Almighty Allah next one.
So People's Power is giving us a backdrop now about this imam that has been suspended now. When I bear with me, I think I don't lost People's Power. But Kashi, whilst we're waiting on People's Power to join us again, You know, talk to me, because, you know, these are the things we're talking about. Now, People's Power, they give you another insight into this whole thing, Cashbox. People's Power is saying this imam and one of the guys then this way, we're going after the APC government. Even though President Nkrumah created an enabling environment for civil society to thrive, for these imams and for thrive. But now we get a backdrop say, in as much as these people do what they do, we're not to support ideas like this. Because again, this is a violation of a constitutional right. Just because he preached now something where the SLPP don't like, where we don't know what he preached, but they suspend indefinitely. Talk to me, Cashbox.
Thank you. Mifambulemuna, good evening. You know, Ibrahim, as we always say,
People's Power, hang in there.
It's People's Power back, because if he can, please interrupt me, because he can get bad network, so let him just come inside. Can you hear me? I just lost you there, Ibrahim.
No, I can hear you. I just was having a conversation with People's Power. I didn't want it to go live. Yes.
If you want, he can come back in, because in your network they play. So if you want him to come back in.
Right, he's muted right now. People's Power, unmute yourself. But whilst we're waiting on him, Cashbox, go ahead. I'll let you know.
Yeah. So you see, the point now is, like, People's Power seem for to make a very salient point now, and as you say, we need for listen to this guy in preaching. I strongly believe that this guy not say anything will warrant for waiting the God. Ibrahim, when you were reading the letter just now, it kind of like I pick on something. The people that were copied on the letter. Did you say the SLPP chairman for the chiefdom?
Yep. Right there.
Did they copy the PPRC or the APC chairman of the chiefdom?
Not at all. Good point.
You see, these are some of, you know, when you were reading the letter just now, it just kind of like say, excuse me, why did they copy the SLPP chairman but not the other political parties? Did they copy the NGC chairman for that chiefdom? No. You see, Ibrahim, in Mali, I think it was Comrade Kueta we been pulled a message, or you. In Mali, the thing that caused the revolution, now because of an imam, we say the fact. In we country, everything, and surely I won't believe say this imam was trying to preach against that imam. I believe this thing actually stem from that imam where come out publicly where he say President Biyo rights for do anything where he feel for do. I strongly won't believe say this now because it's the imam talk against the kind thing and then I make them not suspend and delay today.
Absolutely.
Ibrahim, the thing when they go on now with country, if we salon people them not take back with country, if we not take back with country, you know, we're doomed for like the worst now with country. Look at everything when they go on now the country right now. Everything. You know, people take them thing they are slightly. The people that they play with them thing they just feel say these things are not get serious impact. God, do you want to say something?
You talk about Sudan. Let me put that on the screen for folks so they can see exactly what we're talking about. Why Sudan protests? Because of the prices. We're gonna go there, right? But listen to this real quick. Let folks see this thing so they can understand exactly where we're going with this.
Burned in blockades along the
this was the reason.
In protest of the Sudanese government's decision, in line with reforms to make the country.
Guys, what I want to show you guys is to see why Sudan, al-Bashir was removed from power because the prices of commodities were rising. Was the reason why they pulled al-Bashir after 30 years of dictatorship in Sudan. Watch this, guys.
Eligible for an IMF debt relief initiative to remove. Tires burned in blockades along the streets of Khartoum Thursday in protest of the Sudanese government's decision, in line with reforms to make the country eligible for an IMF debt relief initiative to remove subsidies on petrol and diesel, resulting in their respective prices more than doubling. The demonstrations were in response to a call the day before by an influential trade union group that had spearheaded mass protests leading to Omar al-Bashir's ouster.
The increase has not been studied because raising the price of a litre from 128 to 290 will lead to a threefold increase for the consumers. So if a driver normally asks for 3,000, he will ask for 9,000, and thus the people will be directly affected. This increase is necessary, and according to what the Minister of Finance, Mr. Jibril, said at the conference yesterday, we are convinced and wish him success, and we will bear it. And his speech is logical, and we hope that this will be the last increase in fuel prices.
So why are we showing this, Cashbox? Right? This goes back to the point we're making. But go back to your point, Cashbox, because I don't know you lost your train of thought. But this is the problem we have in our country delicate today. When we have people that are not standing up for their citizens, and the ones that do, they get ostracized, they get suspended, like this whole imam. Whatever I talk, where maybe it's the right thing to do, because religious leaders, it is in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission that they have a responsibility after the rebel war to intercede between the government and the people. Now when they talk about all the prices that they increase, fuel price and all of that stuff, you have Francis Benkaifalla, Renaissance man. I go play that video for now, but let Cashbox go ahead.
Well, Abraham, thanks for playing that kind video then the audio for make people and see. These are the things we've been saying. If you remember, the last government kind of like refused for take away subsidy. Just because they were protecting the people. In Sudan, the government fell for like the IMF for force them for take the subsidy where they cause undue burden on the people. But yet still, these governments come and tell we about like, the last government kind of like get austerity and all that, and people do not quite understand. And I don't want to make we deviate Naya from the
right.
imam. But when we talk about this, like these people are standing up for us. As you say, the Truth and Reconciliation report we say the imam, the civil society, they are supposed to talk on our behalf. And this is exactly what this guy is talking about. Where they talk about the lockdown, where they talk about, like the by the way, the SDR right now, we go on. We've been talking and saying the reason why they lock down now because of like they expect to get money. And interestingly, Ibrahim, as I talk to you right now, there is like this thing where IMF they dish out money to countries right now as we talk, where they call like SDR, where special drawings right. Where like country they can kind of like go tap into. This was the exact reason why they locked down, because they knew like the IMF was going to dish out this money when they go on. Ibrahim, if we go back to like this old imam, this imam was saying that even though they talk about like us being like a very religious country, but in a way, the thing that this government they do, they give it everlasting stain. For make a government they talk about subsidy as we like this or the audio where we talk about this morning, where we do this morning, we talked about the flour. Right now, people even bread. Communicator talk about it where he say bread that we second staple food now we country.
Yeah.
Bread don't they go up. Ibrahim, I see one video or one write-up where people they carry with kias money, like Leons. Then people in the rights, they say, oh, una look, APC don't begin to pull the money in that door. Ibrahim, that saddened me. It make I know say we need to do more work. And I tell you why we have to do more work. People do not understand when the kind of thing that they happen, inflation, they kick in. When inflation kick in, dollar is on the rise. Food prices are going to go up. Because the Leons, now people Ibrahim, let me be logical now. When we see them Leons say they come out na do, what happen? Let me say you begin boku money na kias. You just go give charity no more say unayao, or you go buy dollar for disburse that Leons day. What you could do? Obviously, they could have actually buy dollar for make them able keep. Then saying now people are going to hoard the dollar. And
absolutely.
Now, as I talk to you, the dollar, they increase every blessed day now we country. Every blessed day.
Oh, yeah.
How do people not see these things? It can baffle me. It just, when I saw that thing this morning, I said, you know what? We thought, we've done the work, but we've not even started yet. Because these are the things, like what you can say, these are the things we're talking about. These are the things we are talking about.
We've been talking about, right?
Absolutely. Because when you look at those kind of like write-ups, like, oh, in the right mind, they feel that is a good thing. God only knows. Ibrahim, this guy, the imam there, they are supposed, then get the congregation. Like, then they get mind for the rights, they can later, they suspend an imam. First of all, I believe in the pulpit, in the mosque or in the church, in the pulpit, the law give you every right as imam and pastor for say anything when you do up that pulpit there. Anything. As long as you say, like, you know, because you give the right. If you come on door up the pulpit, you can't do and say anything. They can arrest you.
Catch
you that right.
But now Mali, we see him. Who that lead the protest now Mali against the government because it traveled too much and it was spending too much money? As a religious leader, the imam now stand up now Mali. That is a fact. People's power, you have to unmute yourself. We're using the same system Cashbox is using. You have to unmute yourself, people's power. I don't want you to be there and you cannot even contribute to people's power. Unmute yourself, my brother, please. Anyways, but yeah, but Cashbox, these are the things we're talking about, though. And we don't say these things repeatedly over and over again. This is a violation of the constitutional rights of this imam. But this is Sierra Leone for us. And this is what Sierra Leoneans want. Because that is why people are not standing up. And again, this goes back to the mentality of the Southeasterners. Now you go get a lot of idiots who go tell you, say, well, you mentioned Southeasterners, and you said mandate to be specific. When you look at this letter, look at this letter. This letter, now the Southeastern Party come out. But, you know, we go send our okay Cashbox. Well, let's talk to the people in that area. Say, stand by your imam. If these people can pull out a letter suspender, stand by this imam now and say, no, well, we are not going to any mosque. We're not going to any matlasi within this chiefdom until you guys release the suspense from this imam. But how can you achieve something like that when these people, it's a cult? The SLPP, you know, it's a cult within the area. So there is no way you can get these people to say, you know what, we're going to stand by our religious leader. We're going to stand by our imam.
Abraham, I'm sorry to say, but the way with the country today, if you speak truth, you are automatically a saboteur. You are sabotaging the government, the regime, the dictatorial leadership of President Bio. Everything. I guarantee you today, even a common member, if a common member refused to go to that mosque and pray because of what they've done to this imam, that if you don't take the killer like that, like how they kill Lababo where you show yesterday where Imam Mahdi cried.
Right.
Where for someone that was asking if we sabi the woman were born that picking there.
Right.
I bet you that would happen. Guarantee you, Ibrahim.
Absolutely.
So sometimes people would, and as you say, it is part of like the Southeast. Maybe like in that mosque, maybe say not even reach 5% of the people and we know say this is not right. Or they know, but they would just fall for it and say, no, you offend with government. Over to you. Cashbox,
let me show what I'm saying now. Let people understand what we're talking about. Look at this. This is Mogwemo. Mogwemo, you know?
Yeah.
It is in the Southeast.
Yeah.
Can we tell these people to stand up by their religious leaders? Because the thing is with our democracy as well, it gets to a point when the people have to stand up to protect their democracy. If the civil societies have failed, Andrew Lavali, Ibrahim Tommy, Joseph Sano, all of these people that are civil society activists, so-called civil society activists, they were making a lot of noise because APC was in power. But now that APC is not in power, now that they're party in the power, the SLPP, their godfathers, their brothers, their sorority brothers, their both school brother, that are in a power now. So they cannot see anything wrong in what they're doing. But this is a clarion call. If the APC did such a thing, it would have been disaster across Sierra Leone. These guys will be raising flag everywhere now. All of the civil societies will be writing letters now upon letters. Gona Radio, 98.1, the Asma James, all of these people will be talking about this now. But mind you, this letter is not going to make the traditional media. We will not see this in the traditional media. Nobody is going to talk about this. Maybe now that we are talking about it, they will be shameful enough for bringing a talk about that. But look at this letter right here. A whole imam, because they say he talk against the SLPP, and this is the same government where nobody's allowed freedom of speech. But they came through democratic means. But these are the things we've been saying, and these are the. But hey, it's all coming back home to roost. So the question is, Sierra Leoneans, what are you guys willing to do to save your democracy is the fundamental question. But now, then they seize the freedom of speech of the religious leaders in the country. But we say to you guys, don't stop. Don't be deterred. Continue to speak up. And these things, for as long as they reach people like we can make sure Sierra Leoneans them out there get this information. And that is what we do. And that is why I do what I do, because it is that vacuum that we've seen. Now make we say, you know what's in? It's about time we come out and somebody, a certain set of people, if now we get a responsibility there for do what we do so, for talk to you guys, educate you guys, give you guys the information that you need to save our democracy. This is about every Sierra Leonean's business. You're making a mistake if you feel say, oh well, politics don't matter to me. Guys, share the live. Everybody share. Again, there's a vacuum for information, and that is what we're going to fill that vacuum, because what is happening in Sierra Leone, it is a disgrace, it is a travesty. These guys went to the bush, then go bring rebel, walk come kill with people, them cut me woman, then belly open. They said a boy picking is on a girl picking the bone. Ali Kabas, they did it. These guys are free. Cashbox, the problem we'll get with the SLPP, a lot of these guys are roaming free. They've not been held for their crimes. You get people like the Ibrahim Bazi Kamara them, when they're in jail like today, waiting because of the AFRC. AFRC, why? Because the military was disgruntled. Why? Because then guys they are in Ganoma and go take Kamajo and go put them over the military. The military they said no. The constitution tells us say the military was enacted by parliament. It is there. It was elected by parliament. Kamajo, any of these other forest guards and all of this stuff, they are not elected by parliament. Therefore, they are illegal force. It's clearly in the constitution there. But yet these guys go, then disgruntled, the military got disgruntled. The military, they say, well, you know what I'm saying? As the military, they get a moral responsibility to protect the democracy. They stood up. You had people like the Julius Spencers. They came out there. They said they called people and collaborators. Sheikh Mustaba was killed. Then burned that man there alive, waiting because he can't pray for Sierra Leone at the time when the AFRC was in power. Guys, these are all the problems, and these are the things, and this is why we do what we do, because a lot of these guys get away free. And we should investigate the death of those people. And then all follow investigate them. The Sheikh Mustabas, all of the people that were killed when the SLPP came back to power, when Tijan Kabase elect and Foley meets the governor. People like Julius Spencer and all of these people should be held accountable. Because where are they now with these imams them being ostracized when their constitutional rights are being violated? Where are they? Where is Samura Kamara? Where is Kane Yumkela? Where are these people? They went to Ghana. I will resist. Guys, what you talk about? Look at what's happening now with the prices of commodities across the country. Look at the prices of the fuel law increase. And now we talk, and when fuel increase across the board, it affects everything. Now flour increase. Then we switch this conversation because Sierra Leoneans, except if Cashbox, you want to close this imam side for me, that will switch to the prices and the increase of commodities across the country. Any last word you want to say about the imam situation?
I mean, as you say, I think you said it in the audio this morning. May the imam rest assured say, we get him back, and we will stand, for him and make sure say, because these are the things we have to expose. And like Ibrahim, the challenge we have is to liberate our country.
Absolutely.
And this is the reason why I love your political movement.
Absolutely.
Because to liberate these people. When we get the mindset of the people, we make them become aware. I know people are going to say, oh, you on Facebook, the Mamina, Namogwema, or whatever, not gets Facebook, not even gets internet there. But trust me, it will get there one way or the other. If you, when they're free talk, you get a recording, play this for that imam and that mami, that pa, Namogwema, waiting at the village in him. Tell them, say, people and they out there where they see, they cry, and that country will soon be liberated. I have no doubt about that.
Absolutely. Thank you. Cashbox, we're gonna switch to the prices of goods and services, right? But before we switch, this is what I want to do. Let's talk about this money with the sitting SLPP people here. I share a photo just now where this lady, of course, they snap with the money. And we're seeing these things. So what I want to do is, share this with you guys so you guys can see exactly what we are talking about here, right? Let me share this video with you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
Life na one year bad, life na church. Life na one year bad. Anyway, it's on a woody bad money. Life na one year bad, life na church. Life you know why anyway, it's on a woody bag of money.
So, guys, you wanna see, this is how these guys have been hoarding their money there. Then again, I share this other photo with you guys. People's Power, I don't unmute you again. You should be able to join us now. I want you guys to see this photo.
Life no one ya bang, life no check. Life you know why anyway, it's on a woody
I want to see this picture. These are money they way with the Syrian people there. They keep money to themselves. They don't hold all the money them. I want to see them. Look up. When I see all this money, now I make them want for change the denomination, for redenominate the money, so that they go change them big money there. But look up. Una sabi them people there also. These are Sierra Leoneans holding our money. But now we look at, we can't talk about the prices of the basic commodities there. We see now even the breadman them, the bakers them, they don't strike in the country. The baker they don't strike. So Kashi, if you want to come in, go ahead and come in. Let's sort this thing. Let's sort something out with People's Power for we there.
Sure.
Let me
and everyone, what we are doing here, as we always they say, is for make we all try for understand who side we country they go. If I remember, like few years ago, I did say that we country we did on the verge for make we actually struggle. This was something I think like 3 months or 6 months into this government then time, I predicted that the country get for Tranga. I predicted it and say, you know what? And I even pulled one parable way, like I think it was Kamadumbuya. I think them days where me papa be go watch football when and say Kamadumbuya go play na Mali, and then they get half time, like second then they don't break for the second half, like nine like the defender go tap Kamadumbuya and say, hey mon ami. Then Kamadumbuya say, you wait, I don't wanna you wait half time. And this was like the parable way I pull for make people able to understand, say, we're yet to see the worst of this government. But the reason why I actually say this, I kind of like foresaw it at the time for say things are going to be really, really difficult because, this government become until we say they meet a broken economy. I get a parable again where I tell people that we all know say the economy not been broke. No economy, not the grow we broke. The economy wasn't broke. They made the economy growing at 3.8%. And I also, like Ibrahim, I give like a scenario. I love to give example. Not Magufuli, the guy in Rwanda. Is it Kagame?
Paul Kagame.
Paul Kagame. He meet Rwanda, they grow at the same rate where Salon be they grow 3.8%, 3.9%. Within 1 year, it doubled the growth of Rwanda. In 2 years, it tripled the growth of Rwanda. This is a
right. And Cashbox, this goes back to the APC.
Yeah.
88%. One of the fastest growing economies by 2014 within the sub-region, West Africa. But this SLPP, no, they would never talk about that. Yeah. Until the Ebola came, we stole the process.
Absolutely. And Ibrahim, I did like one time the way I show Salon people a graph. Between 1995 or 1996 to 2007, like the last the Pakabai government only added to our GDP about 1 billion. For that, from 2006 to 2007, from 1996 to 2007, which was 11 years, they only added about 1 billion into the saloon economy. When I go back and somebody go tell me, say, factoring like the inflation and RPI and all that thing, when you check like from 2007 to 2018, the last government added to our GDP about $16 billion. 16 billion. Now they add into with GDP. The old thing when they can talk say, oh, Salon like 88%. Like Salon grew the fastest. Salon began the fastest growing economy prior to like the Ebola. But Ibrahim, the point where I try for making the ideas, I form like I lay the foundation here for make people able to understand and say, you know what, even if we can't be broke, where of course it is not true. Now that we can't get broke, Ibrahim, I guarantee you, you and I, we know, we discuss these things. We can turn around Salon in space of 1 year. I guarantee Sierra Leoneans that. And this is not being over ambitious. This is not being bogus. It is the truth. If only we put in place the right things, then wait for it in place. Ibrahim, Rwanda, Kagame doubled the growth of Rwanda inside 1 year. But yet still we have a government in 1 year. Then waiting and tell we, they say waiting not be broke in 11 years cannot be fixed in 1 year. They gone to 2 years, they tell me the same thing. Waiting not be broke in 11 years cannot be fixed in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It's going to be the same thing. But Kagame did not make such excuse. You and I, you're in America now. Like the box stop with who? Joe Biden. That's what he said. Everything that is going on right now in Afghanistan, who are they blaming? Who is taking responsibility for it?
Biden.
Is it not Joe Biden? Did he go back and say it's Donald Trump? I don't get me blame here. No, a leader, Ibrahim. You and I, we work. If somebody you go to a new office, they brought you in, they bring you in for change. Then they bring you in for change. Then they bring you in for kind of like bring ideas in the table. Shareholders are not going to wait for you to say, oh, are they wait for make the damage with the people there? The people are reality. In this government, they can begin to increase tax. How you pepper go to rot in the market, Ibrahim, and they go to 7 o'clock, you increase the pepper in price. The reason why I pull this variable, Ibrahim, how una go say una meet a broken economy, but yet still where una come, una begin increase taxes. Does that make sense to anybody in mind? It doesn't. If it makes sense, please go and see a mental doctor, because something is wrong. Ibrahim, when you look at all the hardship in the country, the baker man they don't strike right now. Like flour don't go up, sugar don't go up, oil don't go up, everything don't go up, Ibrahim. The reason being, and when I listen to PRO or the guy will go to 98.1 or so, he said something. He said they don't increase the flour and sugar and all that thing and they twice.
Let me play the video for you.
Please.
Evidence gets for confirm this weekend at the studios. I'm Amadou Elba, National Public Relations Officer, Sierra Leone Association of Bakers. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, listeners. Thank you for having me.
All right. You can confirm to me this now that as of tomorrow, August 24, the price of bread will go up.
Yes, and to say bread price will go up tomorrow, and I want to give this whole opportunity to make this short notice. This Sierra Leone Association of Bakers. The Sierra Leone Association of Bakers wishes to inform the general public that with effect from 24th August 2021, bread price will be as follows. We get big mall, we sell a wholesale at the bakery at 2,000, and people in the retailer then go back 2,500. We half size, or they sell at the bakery now 1,500, then go back on the streets as retail price 2,000. We get in a also they sell in tray, now we sell on 20,000 at the bakery, it will go up tomorrow to 24,000 as street, so in the packet 88 or 66. We get long going up in 1,000, so we sell on 750 at the bakery. We don't increase in price, it don't go up to 1,000 at the bakery. Tomorrow then we can sell at 1,500. Of course, we get the local going called Tapalapa inside the same thing now. It will be 1,000 at the bakery, at street and we sell at 1,500. 2,000 we sell 2,000 in we sell at 3,000 leons. And then here go up as a result of the continuous increase in the price of flour with other condiments like sugar, butter, the wood they use. But cutting them, even the workmanship all increase. And because of all that here, make most of the workers and they go off business. And for law able manage the situation, Plus, we go for increase the price of them. For low say we will work and will produce bread for the general public. Then the confirmed source say bread price will go up tomorrow 1,000 to 1,500. All 1,000 bread and we can sell in the street 1,500.
Yeah, what make you feel say the price of flour and the other thing they own they use for bake the bread go up?
Well, long before this time, we don't they all meet with the trade ministry. And while Sudan they engage, before this time, few weeks to Ramadan, the Minister of Trade in Korea, we still don't talk, then they are sure say flour there, flour price no go. But just after Ramadan, they increase the price of flour twice. But upon all of them increase and we able patients say low see how go work, would they try for tell go adjust the size, they everything go okay. Well now when we can't withstand that because all that thing and they will make them say they go up. And nobody know they explain to you what are the factors there because we not believe say they put tax every dependent in there. Nobody know they explain to you what are the thing. And when they increase then tear the price, they're not even inform again. And just do have a sadly not to truly notice.
The price of fuel get anything for do with this?
Well, possibly, but flour we deal with, we go just concentrate on flour. And if you don't buy flour, the transportation self don't increase because after you buy, if you buy flour, for example, the wholesale price you buy 285 na flour meal. You go for pay transport, it must cost you close to 300,000 and a free tongue. So inside in the upline, they sell flour 320,000 leones per bag.
So, more talk about before Ramadan, and now almost want to buy a bag of flour then.
Before Ramadan, when we all meeting with the Ministry of Trade, they may show you the different price of flour then. They may show you say flour there for 260, 265, 275 go be the dearest flour. That I mean the last price there. And they are showing say price no go up. And if they don't put price over, they will call me and inform me. But this time around, imports as flour then go up and the way they produce
now. Now
we they buy flour 300,000 a free talk because if you buy 295 plus transportation, it is sum up to 300,000 for load and offload cost. Then a free talk upline so say sell 320. So they sell and be above that way.
Then for the big bag.
The big bag price they talk about. Of course, sugar in don't go up to 485,000 leones per bag.
I lost you there, Ibrahim.
Family, una good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever we say you day. We see no more now, we come to Sierra Leone till the 22 August. Salon, now one person able buy one bag cement, pass them both time. Look no more now.
People's power, I can hear you now if you say something.
Yes, Mr. They get you now. When you play any video on audio, and they get you at the audio.
From 50,000,
but as you stop for player,
75 now 100,000. Good 100%.
That is a serious problem.
Now, one person able buy one bag cement, pass them boats, they buy one bag cement and shiver. We see no more now. The shops there now, not they buy cement again. Nothing.
Okay, so you know, whilst I get people's power, talk to me. I don't want to lose you. This is Cashbox.
Yeah,
I mean, when Cashbox talk about this, but talk to me. You know, you don't miss out on the imam, you miss out on the flowers, the prices of commodities at the country. Talk to me, people's power. You have a lot of input into this.
Thank you very much, and Ibrahim, and the skyrocketing of all the things here where they happen, so where they go up, so whether na the flour, na the sugar, na the oil, na the wood, na the salt, the things them what they use for baked bread, and we come to the cement, and according to my investigation where I do, and governments they put price say now this price then for buy the flour, but when you go now the shop for go buy the flour. Then go tell you say no, not to this price, then they sell the flour. Then prices then they now governments no more can go put them prices then they, but actually the fact here is not to that price they then they sell the flowers or neither the cement. And family in 2018, 2017, 2018, we be they buy flour 150,000 for one bag flour. Now so we be they buy them. When you go now the shop them, the different shop them for buy flour, you go buy 150,000 leones. Right now, as I dey speak, side and day when they sell flour, 300,000, 320,000, and you they go buy the flour to flour mill, whether not to flour mill they go buy am, or whether not to jewelers soil they go buy am. If you dey go buy am to flour mill or to jewelers soil, it will cost you 295,000 leons. If you don't buy 295,000, you go cancel them 320,000. Some people in the sell 300,000. So if you don't go buy the bag of flour 300,000, what do you expect for can do? Now law left the law can to the sugar. The sugar don't cost you 485,000 leons for the sugar. If you don't go buy the sugar 485,000, you don't go buy the flour 300,000. You get for can bake the bread. The wood where they use for bake the bread, 1 gram mango wood, then they sell at 1,000 leons for 1 gram mango wood. Waiting down they get for cost you. Now we look the oil where then they use for bake the bread. 1 gram butter oil don't cost 315,000 leons. When you put all them things here together, the bakers them they get for pay the people them where they at the factory who side and they bake the bread them. They get for make sure so they get for pay tax to council, and then bakers they also then factories they get for pay to NRA, they get for pay to council, a lot of things then they where they get for pay. So if you put all the money here together, now I make you find out say the bakeries them then decide for increase the price. And let me tell you, I talked to a lot of bakers them, Ibrahim and Cashbox. They tell me say this price therefore we don't increase them during fast month time. But the reason being that then just look at us say, you know what, if we say they increase them during fast month time, people then go look at us say, now where this not fast and all. But really, Ibrahim, even the people and where government they went talk say, they need to even collect tax from people where they bring flour. That is bullshit. That's the absolute now lie. The guys and the lie say they need to even collect tax from people and where they bring flour. Me they tell the government say now they get the responsibility for make sure say the price they stabilize in the country. Now they get the responsibility for make sure say any price where government say now these people are for buy and the people and where they sell for go according to that price day. But if the people and where they sell the flour, the one where they import and bring the flour in this country, then decide for sell the flour 295,000 for the bag. Then the one where they go buy can put at the shop. Then they sell 320,000, 300,000 as the case may be. This not just free town, I tell you. Where you go upline, Kailau, Pujong, Bond, Moyamba, where you go on that side a day, how much the flour go look like? This now the price now free town, and at 300,000, 320,000. So if we go now up country, how it go look like? Now let's come to the cement. The prices for the cement, we all know say the president, His Excellency President Bio in border, now in there in care of the key. Where now Yakuba Bio waiting, I find out what the cement in go up one. These are the talk I'm let everybody we want for go out and find out. You guys go there and find out for yourself. There is a two thing where make the cement go up like where it go up so rapidly. 2017, 2018. The SLPP junta government they come, they meet the bag of cement, 50,000 leons for bag of cement. Where this now the local cement, the imported is 55,000 because we get two types of cement na salon. We get the local cement and we get the imported. The local cement, which one are the leosem? Now in the local cement, it is selling 50,000 leos. That was 2017, 2018. Then the imported where they come on at Turkey. Whether in other parts of the world they come out, they come, then they sell them 55,000. That was 2017, 2018. But right now, as I speak, Ibrahim, the bag of cement don't go to 120,000, 110,000, 150,000 as the case may be. The ship then where they come with this cement here, what till Yakuba Biodu, Yakuba call NRA and call Samuel Jebao, when at the boss of NRA, it decide for increase and the taxes for people where they bring cement now this country. Never mind when they do so, they do them outside the law. The reasons why Yakuba Bio decide for do this, the people where get the vehicles them, where they go touch them cement here, care and go na the different warehouse them, the fuel where they use for take them cement bag ya can go na the warehouse them. The number of money, the amount of money where they use for buy fuel, the money don't increase. Mind you, then they buy 9,000 for liter, 9,500 as the case may be. Now the petrol don't go to 10,000 for 1 liter. So which means the money when they spend for go take 1 bag cement for pull and over Taki, whether not for couch and a PWD, whether not for couch and a Ferry Junction. So the money don't increase. The people that will get the vehicle, they don't increase the money. So the people where they bring the cement. So the people where they bring the cement, what did they do? Then get for add by the cement in price for let them cover that money where they pay for the transportation for the cement. And the people where they bring their ship, they are, mind you, the Wataki where now your Kuba Bio get they in care of the Wataki, don't increase the tax per ship them where they can pack now that Wataki day. So that money they all when they ship they pay, without they get for responsible for that. Now the one day where they bring the cement, so the people who own their ship there, where own their company there, then they increase the transportation, and when they increase the transportation, who rather than get for Philippine? Now the end users, the one the way they go buy the 1 bag cement, now then get for suffer. And right now, as I talk to you, so this price we don't go up so 110,000, 120,000, 150,000 for a bag of cement. Then a bag of cement, now a lot of people know. Now we come to the ton. 1 ton iron ore, Ibrahim. You can believe say now iron ore they come out, go na other country than at the world. Now the raw material they come out, it go na other country for let people and get iron ore na this country. It's very, very difficult. If you get 7 million, 7.5 million, 6 million, you're not going to forget a 1,500,000. Today we dey talk about 7 to 8 million for 1 ton iron ore. Who send the poor man go for bill out? So now I make a lot of people and they reach your Kuba Bio. Let them make sure say let them visit this tax where they try for put per people them. Where they bring cement, then they try for put tax per people them. Where they bring them, ship them. Whether they can put them, ship them, then our Taki. And mind you, they ship them where they can our Taki. Then they pay every hour when you spend it. That's so you they pay. You spend 2 hours, you they pay. You spend 3 hours, you they pay. You spend 4 hours. According to how you spend, that's so you pay. First, when the former president Bide and Eskuma, when you count the ship, if you jet outside the port, you don't get for pay nothing. But this government now, so long as you don't come at the shores of Freetown, you don't come inside Salon. As you dey outside the key, once you go jet out, you they pay. Once they don't know say now load you don't bring come, you they pay. So the companies that when they bring them goods there for citizens, whether na container, whether na rest they bring, whether na cement they bring, so then they find it difficult for let them bring things them na Saloya. So what then they do? Then they make the transportation a difficult for citizens, for Sierra Leone them, when they go overseas, whether na foreign or the Lebanese them, Indiaman them, Nigerians them, when they go buy them tier overseas for bring them a salon, it is very, very difficult for them because the people where they bring them tier, where they get their ship there, they say the tax na salon is too high, it's exorbitant. So in other words, then they find it very difficult to bring them in there. And when they bring them here, the people where the Indiaman them, the Chinese them, the Lebanese them, where they go bring their cement here, where they go bring their rest here, who started they pull the money? Now add then they add per the price. So in all of them things how they happen, now I make the former government what it do? It give you waiting arrest subsidies, it give you fuel subsidies. In fact, when the former president be there, the people where they bring flour, now tax free, they not be they pay nothing absolutely. And we are US President Bio talking at BBC. He said because of tax exemption, that money that they all, if you put that together, it able for make sure say it support the free education. And for that a country grow, for that a country go team up, I for team up like a country. You got to make sure say na bio the business people them, and then business people here, that they give government money, now they employ citizens, that they employ Sierra Leoneans them. So if you come, you they increase tax for people them. Every day they increase tax for people them. Now the common man, that mami we dey na Mabela, that mami we dey na Bombay, that mami we dey na Guard Street. Now in they suffer from that price day. And if that mami they suffer, waiting at the salary of the common man, waiting he will get 500,000, 600,000. If you don't go buy less, 375,000, 385,000, then they pay you 600,000 for month. Waiting you go survive. you and a family. So Ibrahim and all of them things here where they happen cash box. Now because the government then gets a very big wage bill. Now the pressure of the wage bill, now it make the government they increase taxes per business people because then they go get money now, then they can't pressure the wage bill where they don't even get that money there. Ibrahim, if you dey work in your office, then they pay you 1 million euros at the end of the month. Every month, then they pay you 1 million. Then you they spend 2 million euros. Who side you pull you 1 million? Who side the 1 million for commot? When at the pressure this way, the SLPP Johnson government they get right now, because when President Bio come, it increased a lot of ministries, it increased a lot of departments, agencies. He go open office system for all in picking them. He open office system for him brothers them, his sisters them, in party people them, all the people them when are criminals them. He go open office system for them all. So when you open offices for them people here, you find out say the wage bill not high, the wage bill not big. Now wage bill will they talk about over 370 something billion euros every blessed month. Nine government is spend. Then just the open offices they no more. So because of the wage bill. Now, it make a lot of citizens them. Sierra Leoneans they suffer today. The business people them. Then just the increased tax by the business people them. Every other day. Now make you find out say a lot of businesses don't close. The likes of cold storage, they're not closed in this country. Now, if you people them, they want for buy drink, when a bottle drink, when a cold storage, then go Guinea, then go buy, then go Liberia, then go buy, then go Ivory Coast. Just imagine. Now, because of the tax, where they increase for them people there, so and better business no day. Now make you find out say then company they also then they close. So we they call on President Bio. Let's make sure say he listen to the cry of the people. Now this same President Bio be tell we say the dollar there 7,000 euros and now the dollar will talk about 10,500 euros. Now the same President Bio now he tell we say the fuel there 7,000 per liter. Now the fuel long go 10,000. Now the same President Bio now he tell we say the rest there 200,000 for a bag of rice. Now the rest don't go 375,000. Now the same President Bio tell me say over 70% of the young people they are unemployed. Now we get over 90% of the people when are young people when not get job not get them. So a lot of things today we're concerned, where citizens Sierra Leone them, where this government don't come, they make a total confusion. Now the country, you go to the business places there, you go to the shop, every day alala, everyday problem. He left Winaya, he go lay down with my country for good 29 days. He not think about the people, he not care, he not want for know. What's in the happen at this country? What's in the going at this country? Over to you, Ibrahim and Cashbox.
You know, people's power. Thank you for highlighting all of these points. You know, because you see, that is the people's power. And by the way, for you guys that are asking, say, hey, why would they see people's power? Of course, we are protecting him. You know, because it is an inside man, so we got to protect your identity and all of that stuff. But these are the things where people's power, of course, for you guys that follow us, you know, we do our WhatsApp messages and all of that stuff. You know, sorry, somebody gets on loud vehicle, we make noise there. But these are the things we keep saying. Again, Cashbox, this goes back to leadership within the country. There is no leadership in Sierra Leone. President left in country, travel for go 26 days. Everybody na president of the country. When no they left increase price them. You know, the chairman of the bakery association, the bakers association, he said the guy that doesn't increase the price frivolously and haphazardly. So let's say that's why they take the decision when they take for make the decision when they make something like it. And that is exactly everything because it's free for all. Everybody's entitled. Everybody do what they want to do, and now the people get for suffer. World Food Program don't tell we say the people are good. 4.7 million people are prone to hunger. Cashbox, you know, talk to me a little bit about that, and then we'll go round up this live, guys. It's not long enough, and everybody share. That's the best you can do for us. Share the live.
I think we need to get more people to, you know, sometimes listening to people's power to come with I learn every day, and I think this is what people of that country they really need. The moment we liberate and thoughts of people in the country will be liberated.
Absolutely.
People sorry, is that?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's people's power's background. Yeah.
Right. When you look at the country, people's power, they talk about like say the business system, like you know the need for bio volunteering in there. Ibrahim, when you look at the country, I don't tell what they tell people and say, me papa be get one parable where he say, where you want call alligator na water, you dey say omori until it comes na do before you call am in real name. You know, all these countries that where we dey see delicate they get high tax rate. The reason why they can afford for do am because they've built their reputation. They don't come inside. Don't say when they call people them omori, the alligator, they call them omori. Now the alligator don't come out inside the water, so then they go call them by a name now. Ibrahim, you cannot, as a country, again, I give example. At the time when the UK been try for come out, like the Brexit, when they come out from the EU, what did the Prime Minister say? He say if he take for make it put in tax rate to 0, he say in the do am. He say he willing for do that. That tells you, you know, when people start they talk about the subsidy, one of the economic ways then for make a government redistribute, shape money to a people them, now through subsidies. It's through tax. That is the way they redistribute. They don't go to Alma in Domot, they knock to them, say, yeah, come, I don't come with money. No, they redistribute wealth through subsidies. But this, now the very subsidy, the reason why IMF they tell we for take subsidy and we have to listen, now because we don't get any iota of idea as to how waiting that the worth of salon. We don't. The reason why IMF they tell we say, oh, we wage bill high, we need for cut time, we need for kind of like break it down. Now, because we do not understand the concept of like, you know, this waterfall concept. Ibrahim, because, you know, when we talk about like, you know, this old, I don't want to say waterfall, like, but you see, when you go to the park, the outside water, so they can make the lion there.
Right.
Water of the lion remote. You will see it go inside the pond back. Then in that very pond inside they go back, then you get all the way to go inside. Because it's like a cycle. The reason why they keep telling us this, because we don't get the policy. Waiting the happen, like when you kind of like get to the water where they go inside the pond, you get people where they go bail them out of it.
Right.
This is we're starving the people because we do not understand the concept of that for make we able to redistribute income. How can you, as a responsible government, pay your people 600,000 a month, but yet still just one bag rice the cost 400,000? How do you expect people to live? If even you pay somebody 2.5 million in that country, it's still not enough, Ibrahim. Absolutely. I hate when people talk about wage bill. I hate it because wage bill is not the problem that we country. It is not the problem. The problem that we have now, because if we pay people let them go bail the water out of the water we're supposed to go inside back. This is the problem that we have, Ibrahim.
And Cashbox, this goes back to the point that you keep saying though. We're not producing anything. Absolutely. No manufacturer. And the only way we country to make money now, when you do export, you go sell something internationally. You come, of course, your currency will become stronger and everything. With the SLPP, Tapalapa Bakery, no. Lunga Bridge not built. Nothing. No value added. We get iron ore. In fact, what do they do? When they come, they close down all the mining places. Them people go out unemployed, no get jobs. Over 10,000 people. Now they go sign another deal again with Nuco SL Mining. Where now they come for, we don't even know they don't start operation, right? But over 10 to 20,000 people lost their jobs. We're not producing anything. We get iron ore.
This is the thing. You know, people's power make a very salient point where he talks, say, now we imagine, you know, this is the daft thing making it annoy me about we country. Now they go pull iron ore. Now we country that they can't pull the iron ore.
Right.
Then I go to other country.
Go process it.
They come make a top iron rod.
Then they can sell it.
Back now we country. How we not able to attract these people when they make the iron rod for many dinner salon?
Exactly.
I do not know.
You know how many jobs?
This is the point. This is the point we are making here. This is the reason why we keep telling people for fixed salon, not difficult.
Not at all.
Ibrahim, one thing we cannot be mind when this bakery them all they go to go. How you go tell the bakery them say, okay, flour they go up, sugar they go up, oil they go up, wood where even that salon they come out, it go up.
Marabio sell over $250 million worth of wood. Timber.
Absolutely. This is This is the point. This is the things we're talking about. I keep rephrasing you. This is the thing, Ibrahim. Let's go back. They tell, where are they suspect? Because I will see one picture where they say that they are building bakery in a Wellington area. Are these people trying to starve these local bakers so they can kill them out of?
It's possible. Maybe it's a strategy. Maybe it's something they're doing. Maybe it's something they're working on. But again, this goes back to everything we say. These guys are not producing anything. Sierra Leone is not exporting nothing. Everything we import, we are import dependent. That is the fundamental problem that we have. And for as long as we, again, APC is listening to this. Samora Kamara, you're there. You guys are listening. These are some of the ideas we have. It's about time we start to produce our own stuff. Go ahead, Cashbox.
No, I mean, just to round up, Ibrahim. The whole thing we're saying here, for make we able to attract people, for make they can produce in our country, the atmosphere gets to exist. And this is the reason why I always emphasize the key thing here. We need that political stability. We need that security in our country. No investor will come to salon for make them hear the president. They tell we say, oh, they don't go buy soldier combat uniform them for can attack the president. They will overthrow the president. They don't go buy acid machine and for can spray on people. No investor will come to our country. The basic thing that we need in our country, those are the things that we are missing, Ibrahim. And that is not going to take us anywhere. This is the reason why we keep emphasizing to fix Salone ain't not difficult at all. It is just like a touching distance away from we. And you and I and everybody else in that country can do it. The reason why some of these African countries and they left we behind now because they use the talent. Ibrahim, you and I and everyone out there can do it. And let's fix our country. Let's make the change because change must come in 2023. We're not doing this for go against the SLPP. We are doing this for save lives and for save picking them, generation them. We're not born it. This is why we are doing what we are doing. And thank you very much and good night, everyone.
Thank you, Cashbox. Folks, this is why we do what we do. This live is long enough already. Normally, we don't even want to go over an hour, but as you start for talk, things start popping all over the place. But again, if you didn't take anything from this, because guys, we get a tendency. Let's summarize this. A whole imam has been suspended because of a sermon we get a mosque. They write a letter, copy the SLPP chairman at the area, Mogwemo. We know that the southeastern part of the country. They don't copy the APCO. They don't copy no other political party, but they copy the SLPP. This is how these guys are trying to destroy our democracy. They are taking the basic fundamental human rights away from the people. And what is that human right? The rights to free speech, as prescribed by the Constitution, Section 25, subsection 1, makes it very clear that every Sierra Leonean has a right. Things we say. But again, we're going to leave this right here, Sierra Leoneans. The question is, what are we willing to do to protect our democracy, guys? We've kept quiet for so long, and that is why Sierra Leone is where it is today. And every Sierra Leonean out there, you have a moral responsibility to do something to protect our democracy. Prices are rising. Goods prices are rising. Fear law increase every day. And that is why what I'm going to do for you guys, what I'm going to do for every one of us, is to leave you guys with Mr. Francis Benkaifalla, the Renaissance man. Now in video I left with you So now go watch and let we all as Sierra Leoneans say patriotism comes first. Let we put Sierra Leone over everything else. Just because your political party is not in power does not mean you go hold the others accountable, but then when your political party comes to power, you don't hold them accountable. And today we have people like the Francis.
Good morning, compatriots. My name is Francis Benkaifalla and I am Renaissance. The Sierra Leone Renaissance movement has called on fellow Sierra Leoneans to wear black on Monday. We call it Black Monday. It's a Monday where we are supposed to show our dissatisfaction at the way the country has been run. Since independence to date, the Sierra Leonean has had a life that is less than what we would desire. We wake up in the morning worrying about the basic things that the rest of the world has forgotten. We worry about electricity, we worry about water supply, we worry about food, we even worry about security. Successive governments have failed us. This is the time for the Sierra Leonean to refuse to accept less and request more. We have to show our leaders that poverty is not a way of life. It is something which is man-made, and men all over the world have fought to change it. In Sierra Leone, it seems things cannot get better. Why? Why do people vote governments? Governments are voted to make the lives of their people better. If they cannot make their lives better, then that is a failure of social contract. And when there is a failure of social contract, the counterparties, in this case, who are the people, need to demand from the governments that what is done is not what was agreed. We have to stand up for what we believe in. We cannot accept this way of life. We have to reject it. In recent times, the economy has been destroyed. Inflation is galloping. The dollar has moved from 4,300 leones in 2013 to 7,300 leones in 2016. Inflation is something around 12.5%. Few days ago, even fuel, which underscores the basic movement of people to engage in economic activity, has moved from 3,750 leones to 6,000 leones. Why? How do they expect people to live? That is why we in the Renaissance movement are calling on Sierra Leoneans to wear black. The black is to show that the colors that have led us have failed us. Now in Sierra Leone, black is the new red. We are not ready to accept less. I thank you.
All right, guys. Well. So, guys, like I said again, I'm sorry because I know you guys lost me there. There was no. I'm so terribly sorry about that, by the way. But I think we're fine now. And I just wanted to say I was going to leave you with Francis Benkaifalla, basically. Guys, it's about patriotism. It's about your country first. It's about putting the interest of the country, right? But we see people like Francis Benkaifalla. These guys never had the interest of Sierra Leone. They only had the interest of the SLPP. They had the interest of their brothers in the southeastern part of the country, right? That was the only thing they have. They did not have the interest of Sierra Leone. Where is Francis Benkaifalla today? Is he going to condemn the actions of the SLPP to increase the prices of the basic? Fuel. They've increased fuel 3 times in 3 years. APC increased fuel only once. Guys, it is a shame. It is a travesty. And people like Francis Benkaifalla ought to be ashamed of themselves. If Sierra Leone is going to move forward, guys, it is us as Sierra Leoneans. We have to ensure that we are patriotic to our country first. We put the interests of our country first and not our political parties and our tribes. Guys, I'm going to leave this live. It's too long. Have a nice evening, everybody. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. And exactly, he does not even know what he's talking about, Rawlings. You know, Rawlings is saying, Francis Benkaifalla, I don't even know what to talk about. You know, these were the guys when the APC announced austerity. They went all over, austerity. You know, but now they are bankrupt. They've bankrupted the economy of Sierra Leone. But they don't even know what they're saying. But anyways, bye-bye, everybody. Have a nice evening. Hopefully, we'll come to you guys again tomorrow. Let me get back to business now. It's almost 7 o'clock. I did not even know. But I love you guys. Take care of yourselves, okay? Bye-bye, everybody.